All right, hey gang, Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and Trade Today. And in today's video update, wow, what an amazing! I'm recording this Monday evening, right? So we just had this unbelievably huge gap down on the indexes. Japan got killed overnight, and everything was down. I mean, I think this morning I saw the SPY down nearly 30. Same thing with the Qs, down 30, like almost 30 points pre-market. It was historical. I mean, what else can you say? It was crazy. I didn't do a lot today. Took a little profit on a couple of things and sort of started to, you know, inch my way into a couple of other positions. But my goodness, what an incredible day. I mean, historic volatility. It is wow. I mean, what else can we say, right? Wow. But, from here, where do we go, right? Where do we go from here? And I think the biggest thing to remember is that, this volatility isn't going anywhere. I think that maybe this candle is probably going to be followed by some retracement. Where that retracement ends up landing, I have no idea. But I believe that this low probably eventually is going to get retested. So if we run a 618 retracement, you can see that would kind of put us all the way back up here into this big chunk, right? All this resistance from these guys, and that would kind of make sense. Sort of a screaming counter trend retracement up into here, and then do we roll back over? It's so hard to say, but if we sort of work our way back up here and we're sort of hanging out up here, and then the September interest rate comes and we get that cut, I think that could be a catalyst for us to continue lower. We'll see. It's too early to call, but I think for the rest of the week, I personally am looking for continued grind sort of higher. After this sort of seemed like capitulation, margin call Monday type situation, and I am going to be looking for longs sort of the rest of this week until I get some sort of a signal. Now, if we're looking at SPY on like a 30-minute chart, okay, and we get something that starts to resemble something, a pattern that looks like this, all of a sudden we have this sort of head and shoulders top setting up, then I won't even consider us trying to get up and through here. But for now, that's kind of where I'm looking at a retracement zone, possibly back up around 540 or so. And it's a long way. I mean, it's 25 points higher on the SPY. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for now from here. And then a chart that I really like here is 3M. So if we look at this on the daily, right, 3M's had a nice move higher as of late. There have a beautiful earnings win right here and a really nice candle. This little flag was perfect, and it just kind of got like thrown off today. But 3M did come back, right? It gapped way down, came all the way back up into this consolidation right where it's been, right? So really, it's kind of like a no harm, no foul kind of a candle, kind of a day in 3M. And I'm looking now at this fresh 130-minute squeeze and thinking, hey, you know what? This is going to probably provide me with an opportunity to sort of get long. Interestingly enough, right? We had the 78-minute squeeze. It actually fired short, but before the end of the day, the momentum shifted and the signal is now over. So this is like a failed breakdown. And now we have a 130-minute squeeze here that's setting up for a long. So what I'll be looking for is entry, basically anywhere above here, right? But ideally somewhere in through here in this VP between, say, 123 and 125. That's kind of my entry. And then my target is a move over right here, this HOM, the high of the move, which is right here. The post earnings high of the move is right there. And all this has happened underneath it. And I'm looking for that push higher. Okay. So as far as what kind of calls I want to play, I think in 3M, the easiest thing to do, I mean, these calls aren't terribly expensive. I would just go out in time and just look at, say, September 24, 45 days out. There's no need to mess around with anything out of the, short side of the option chain. You don't need to go out to this week, this Friday or anything. Let's just go out 45 days and let's look at these $120 calls, right? The in the money $120 calls. You could do the 125s too if you wanted to, but I kind of like the 120s. And let's do the 120s using what we just talked about. So basically an entry around 125, target over 128, and we'll say a stop under today's candle, although I don't really think we even need to give it that much room. You could probably stop under, say, 122, right? So you're risking, say, $3, depending on your entry, but $3 risk for a $5 gain, something like that. All right, that's what I've got for this week. I hope it helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.